Waterford.
Live from Waterford and Dungarvan, this is Waterford at 1 News.
Good afternoon, I'm Eimear McKeown. Today's top stories. 2 of the alleged perpetrators in an acid attack that happened in Waterford last April are not going to be charged. Waterford City and County Council paid out €1.78 million in insurance claims in the first 9 months of this year. A number of measures are being taken to alleviate overcrowding at the mental health unit in University Hospital Waterford. And in sport, Troy Parrish could become the youngest Irish player to line out in the Champions League tonight. 2 of the alleged perpetrators in an acid attack that happened in Waterford last April are not going to be charged. Gardaí have phoned the victims' families with the decision of the Director of Public Prosecutions. 17-year-old Tega Agbahiri was one of the 3 victims and he suffered horrific injuries to his face and body. Speaking to Damien Tiernan on Daisha Today, his mother Christy says she's going to fight the decision.
I am his psychologist, I'm his psychiatrist, I am his nurse. You know, they can't close the chapter with this. No. I'm disappointed about that, to say they are going to be giving juvenile closure and that's all. The whole of my family, we will fight. We will fight it. I will appeal to the minister. I will appeal to the teacher. I mean, this is very, very unfair for somebody to do that to my son. 127 insurance claims were settled on behalf of Waterford Council in the first 9 months of this year. The local authority has paid out €1.78 million so far this year. According to new Freedom of Information figures, local authorities in Dublin, Limerick, Cork, Galway and Tipperary shelled out the most, with Waterford in 10th place. In total, €43 million has been paid out on behalf of 28 councils. Mayor John Pratt says with the budget shortfall, it probably wasn't a good year to challenge the cases.
Obviously it's going to come to a head tomorrow. The reality is it's probably not the best year because of the shortfall of 1.3 million, which we all know about at this stage, and it's still a concern, and look, we know we have to find it, and it's our job as councillors to find a way to pass the budget, but it's not probably the best year to be challenging it or to be able to get funding for footpaths.
Minister of State Jim Daly says morale has improved significantly in mental health services in Waterford. The Minister with responsibility for the area was speaking as he visited the Department of Psychiatry at UHW. Jim Daly acknowledged that the unit was in the news for the wrong reasons since October. Pictures emerged after the bank holiday weekend showing patients sleeping on the floor and on chairs due to overcrowding.
I think morale has improved significantly. I think there has been a number of measures taken to alleviate the stresses that were on this centre. Mainly capacity was the big issue. The HSE have purchased an additional 6 beds in a private centre that are open to them for the people of the Greater Waterford area on an ongoing basis. They also have purchased as well some alternative care for some people who are here for a very, very long period of time that don't necessarily be to here, a more suitable alternative accommodation. So both of those measures are having significant benefit.
More than 100 extra hospital beds for emergency departments have been approved. It's in a bid to address overcrowding at hospitals across the country. Health Minister Simon Harris says he hopes 190 extra beds will be open for the winter period.
I gave the figure of 83 beds that the 190 had been approved, but I'm kind of running a live tracker here. I now believe it's 107 beds because 25 for Tala have now been approved as well. So it's 107 of the additional 190 we hope to open have now been approved.
Lisa Smith has been further remanded in custody after being charged last week with a terror-related offence. The 37-year-old former soldier from Dundalk is being accused of being part of a terrorist group. Our courts correspondent Frank Rainey reports.
After several days of Garda questioning following her arrival home from Turkey earlier this month, Lisa Smith was charged and brought to court this day last week. She was refused bail on that occasion after Gardaí raised a number of objections. The 37-year-old mother of one is accused of being a member of jihadist group ISIS on dates between October 28, 2015 and December 1st of this year. She wore a black abaya with her face uncovered to today's brief hearing. Mr Justice Colin Daly was told the book of evidence wasn't ready and she agreed to a further 4-week remand to Limerick Prison, where she's being held in a secure segregation unit at the request of her legal team. Her daughter is being cared for by relatives. Her next court appearance has been listed for January 8th, but she won't have to appear in person on that occasion. A live video link will instead be set up with Limerick Prison. Frank Rainey at Dublin District Court.
A Warford-based animal food solutions company is set to establish a base in New York after striking a €135 million deal. Specialist Nutrition and Ferrybank has secured a 5-year deal to supply byproducts from a US ethanol plant as sustainable feed to dairy farmers in New York. Part of the Arvum Group, Specialist Nutrition turns co-products generated by the distilling, brewing and biofuel industries into sustainable animal feed. The deal with Attis Industries will see the company establish a base in Syracuse in upstate New York. Roy Power, Chief Executive of the Arvum Group, says their expansion comes after years of experience in animal nutrition.
Over the past 20 years, we've built up a lot of expertise in helping manufacturers of alcohol to turn these byproducts that are produced into valuable, sustainable animal feed. And we're now bringing that technology and that expertise to the US market, which is infinitely bigger in terms of alcohol production than Ireland because of their very, very large ethanol industry where they produce ethanol for motor fuel. It's certainly very, very exciting for us.
In Britain, there are frantic attempts by the main party leaders to secure support ahead of tomorrow's election. Boris Johnson says he's fighting for every vote, while Jeremy Corbyn's promising real hope and real security to people. And in Guildford in Surrey, Lib Dem leader Joe Swinson is clear about how they intend to block Brexit.
We can win this battle. There is a liberal battle to fight here against populism, against nationalism, and it starts with stopping Brexit and stopping Boris Johnson, and it's Liberal Democrats who can deny Boris Johnson his majority.
Scratch card players in Ireland have missed out on the chance to win €180,000 worth of prizes since 2014. The mistake was discovered during an internal review. The National Lottery has apologised for the human error and says new controls are in place to guarantee it doesn't happen again. The value of the missing prizes will be available to players through a New Year's special draw. People in West Waterford are being asked to donate unwanted toys and presents to local refugee children. The Christmas Toy Appeal is in aid of children living in Clonea Emergency Reception and Orientation Centre. The toys must be in good condition and suitable for children ranging from 1 to 17 years old. All donations can be dropped into Lawler's Hotel in Dungarvan before the 14th of December, with all proceeds being delivered to Clonea in time for Christmas. Larry Bowe, General Manager of Lawler's Hotel, explains why they're supporting the appeal.
They came to me and approached me and asked me could we be the collection point here in Dungarvan, and in a heartbeat I said yes. Christmas is all about kids and families. I think it's just good for the kids out in Clonea. We need to remember that they're there and they're only kids. They didn't put themselves in that situation, so I think if the local community in Dungarvan could support it, I think it might bring a smile to their faces on Christmas Day, which is basically what it's all about.
WLR Sport.
First to soccer, Troy Parrish could become the youngest Irish player to line out in the Champions League tonight. The 17-year-old Dubliner has travelled with the Spurs squad to play Bayern Munich at the Allianz Arena at 8 p.m. Both sides are already through to the knockout stages from Group B. Meanwhile, Manchester City have already progressed as Group C winners. Pep Guardiola's Chargers take on Dinamo Zagreb at 5:55 in Croatia. Now to Gaelic Games, Fergal O'Brien, the Waterford senior camogie manager, says the decision of Dan Shanahan to come on board as a coach is wonderful for the game here in the Daisha. Fergal says Dan Shanahan and himself will do everything possible to raise the standard of the team during the 2020 season.
Dan, as I said, he's a colourful character, very humble fella at the back of it. Just wants, I suppose, to, like myself, just to try and keep raising the standards. And there's no guarantees in terms of success, but we definitely won't be from one to trying in terms of getting the best out of the girls,
Now to rugby, Munster travel to North London this weekend for their Pool 4 rematch with Saracens in the Heineken Champions Cup. The Red Army secured a 10-3 win last week in Thomond Park, with Peter O'Mahony scoring the only try. Waterford's Jack O'Donoghue made a big impact upon his introduction last weekend, including a great line-out steal at the death. Speaking to WLR Sport, former international Ben Cronin says Jack is well positioned to gain more game time.
All these big squads, all these big teams need 6-7 back row players because of such attrition and there's so many injuries. So he's well positioned and he's going to get loads of games this year.
The annual Waterford Roadrunners Santa Run returns this year and will take place from the RSC on the Cork Road tomorrow evening. The run is for all abilities, whether you're part of the Winter League or if you just want to join in on the night for the fun. The 5-kilometre run starts at 7 p.m. sharp. Entry is just €5, with all proceeds going to the WLR Christmas Appeal in aid of the St Vincent de Paul in Waterford. Chairman of Waterford Roadrunners is Joe Cawley.
Absolutely. Look, we all love a bit of novelty when you're running, and the more novelty we have, the more people we get out and more people get interested in it. You know, it's great. It's great. It's been a very short year. It seems to be like I'm constantly in the studio at the moment. But look, it's for a great cause. The WLR Christmas Appeal, we do it every year. It's the last one before Christmas. It's the last one before your Christmas party. If you want to lose the kg or two to make it up for the following week, come on Thursday night.
That's the latest on WLR. Our next bulletin is at 2.